Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Balance Insanity with your girl Monica.
Hey, what's going on? This your boy Valentine. We out here chilling.
Did you hear that T.I. and Tiny have called off the divorce?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Guess why?
Oh, she probably put it on the D.
She is pregnant. Like, how did we get here? How did you get pregnant? Like, you was out the door. You was dancing with some other dude. Like, you was like...
What you mean? What you mean?
I'm over
Come
here.
on.
She literally said to him,
Monica.
get out my house. You do you. I'm going to do me. Right? Then she was on some next dude.
That's all in the heat of the moment, man. You already know that. When you got that connection with somebody, like, you could be like, man, I hate you. And then baby boy scene later. I love you, Jody. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how it is sometimes. I mean, that's what it is. That's that love, man. That love is passion. You know what I mean? And you could tell they was just going through a rough patch. I mean, T.I. he was right in his way and she was right in her way, and that's why it got the way it got. But it takes two strong people to understand and accept that these two people are strong and right, and you just move on. You can't stay stuck on that situation. You got to move on. If you really want it to work, you got to move on. That's it.
But I hear you with all that being said. But even in the sense that they wanted to make it work, your homie like legitimately came on TV. And I think the reason why it's harder when you're in a public eye, when you get cheated on, is because for her it's an embarrassment. Like if he didn't do any of this out in the public and she didn't know about it, like he blatantly said to her when they was out at a dinner, she was like, you slept with my assistant. And he's just like, but you was over here talking to this dude. And we're all looking at him like, so because she talked to that dude, it added up in your head that it's okay for you to sleep with her assistant. And this is not the first time you slept with anyone outside of your marriage.
I mean, yeah, Monica happens every day.
So tell me, as a man, how does that add up in your head as a man? That don't make no type of sense. None. That don't make sense.
It don't make sense. Men make stupid decisions in the heat of the moment because sometimes they can't handle a woman in terms of her thought process, in terms of how she can articulate her emotions to words. You understand that? Most men just hear that as, you know, yada yada nag, or she don't know what she's talking about, or she crazy. But you know, when we try to go out there and look for something that's better than that woman, I mean, technically, what else is really out there?
I'm not understanding that because to me that doesn't make any sense.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. If you don't understand it, right? It's not about understanding what the person has done. It's about understanding the person, understanding what that person has done. If the person has done it twice, 3, 4 times. If you want your marriage to work, like you really love this person, you want to be with this person, true, that person cheated, true, right? However, if you want to stay with this person, you make a conscious decision, just like you made a conscious decision to be with that person, you make a conscious decision to either stay or leave. You do not harp on the past. That means that if you stay, you don't bring up that you still smash this person. You move forward. You try to talk it through and you move forward. And once y'all say, we done talking about it, it's a closed chapter. It's a closed chapter. If you cannot move on, then you got to go. You know what I mean? You got to leave. That's what it is.
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, I find that... So somebody had put it to me this way. If I've been married to my husband 45 years and I find out he cheated on me, at this point in the game, chuck it up, whatever, we together for life. But if you cheated on me as many times as T.I. cheated on Tiny, pack your bags, go. Because after like the 6th time, I'm done.
Yeah, but that's the same. You can say that about Wendy Williams. Her husband had somebody for 10 years. And she already knew about it.
But that's one person, right? Correct?
One person, that's worse.
Why is that? I don't think that's worse because one, she knew about it. And then 2, it's like they understood that this is what it is. As opposed to with Tiny, he literally cheated on her with several different people. All these. And then the thing about it that made it even worse is like he broadcasted on social media. I
mean, that is true. He did broadcast it. But you got to remember, he's an emotional guy. If you mess with an emotional guy, you're going to go through that fire. Just the same way as a guy, you mess with an emotional woman, you're going to go through that fire. I mean...
I really don't get it. I think for me, cheating is just like one of those things that it's hard for me to even wrap my head around of.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's because you just... Monica, you are a... what you call that? Monogamous person.
Unicorn.
I don't know about that. I just know you're a monogamous person. You know what I mean? Like... You put your soul into one person.
I do.
But all that just says about you. The only thing that says about that you is ridiculously selfish.
What? How is that ridiculously selfish?
You're ridiculously selfish. You're a ridiculously selfish person. I'm not saying that wanting to be with one person is a selfish act. I'm saying that because you put your all into someone, right? You don't want to share. Once you put your all into something, you're not sharing it with someone. You're very protective over who comes to it. Like we could say, you may have a piece of cake, you know what I'm saying, that you put your all, you put your foot into that cake, right? And you was making it for you. And somebody may come over and say, your man come over and try to take a piece of that cake. You're going to be mad at him for taking pieces of cake that you made. You're selfish. That's all. All that tells you that you're selfish.
I disagree with their selfishness.
All that tells me is that you're selfish.
That's not selfish. I don't think that has anything.
I think that's a trait of selfishness.
I don't think so.
I'm not talking about being monogamous. I'm talking about putting your all into something. That's what I'm talking about. If you put your all into someone, right? Like say for instance, okay, everybody has this notion, like it's blasphemy. Everybody has this notion where human beings are supposed to be together, right? We're supposed to be one-on-one, man and woman, one man, one woman, that's it, right? Where did we get that notion from? Somebody please tell me where that notion came from. Where did it come from?
Adam and Eve.
Okay. Adam and Eve or our human instinct. Which one is it?
I think for me it has to do with religion. I count it back to religion, but I would say that it has to do with a little bit of both.
So now let me ask you a simple question. If you put your religion into a relationship that does not, you're not under the confines of religion, meaning you're not married. That's the only time a religion comes into a relationship is marriage. That's it. Mm-hmm. So if a guy goes to no.
I beg to differ.
When does religion come into a relationship?
When you have to talk about sex and all these different things.
That's a choice that only. I'm telling you right now, that's a choice. There's a lot of women. There's a lot of women. A lot of men do not bring up religion before they have sex. I'm telling you that right now. They do not. Okay? That is a choice.
I don't knock that, but
that is a choice.
But you just asked me when is it not, but I just gave you an example of when it is brought up in a relationship.
Right. You gave me an example when it is. I said marriage. I said usually in as a fact. Factual stuff, okay? Marriage, when you get married, that is in the form of God. You two make an agreement in the eyes of God, and you two now become one in the eyes of God. Yes. Now, you brought monogamy, your religious background of monogamy, into a relationship that has no religion whatsoever. No factual religion whatsoever.
Why doesn't it? Just because we're not married?
Yeah.
So
remember, no factual religion.
But then I disagree with you.
So that they should be able to be polygamous. They could do whatever it is that they want to do, as long as they're being safe. They should do whatever it is they want to do. And then when you two have that talk, okay, it's time to get serious.
Nah, B. Let me tell you one thing, if not two.
See? I'm listening.
First of all, with your situation, you're comparing apples to oranges because you're talking about dating versus being in a relationship. If I'm dating someone in the terms of like talking, doing whatever, and we're not exclusive, knock yourself out. Do whatever you want. When we become exclusive in this relationship, religion is a factor. Because guess what? If me and you can't have the same religion as a foundation, there's no point of this relationship.
I'm not talking about dating and being exclusive. Okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when two parties get together and they can have a serious conversation about what it is that they want to do and where they want to take this relationship. I'm not talking about dating or talking as what they used to call it. Y'all motherfucking New Yorkers be like, oh, we just talking. Nah. Y'all not talking. Y'all stupid. That's what y'all stupid right now. Like, I hate talking. Like, talking, dating, all that shit is whack. Let me tell you right now. Me, as much time as it's taking me to court your ass, by the time when you say yes, you my girlfriend. That's it. Nothing else.
So let me go back to your question then. In a relationship, I personally believe, and this is my feeling towards it, is that religion is at the essence of every relationship. It should be. It's not for everyone. And the reason why I believe that it should be is because, one, it helps you think through the relationship. Because if I know that like you're up on the market, whatever, and me and you start talking and everything is good, and I say to you, what is your religion? You say you're Muslim. All right, guy, it's been real. Keep it chucking. I'm not dating you because you're Muslim. So for me, religion is a very important. It may not be for everybody else, but I know for me and my circle of friends, It's like one of those things that they tell you not to talk about on a first date.
That's whack. You talk about religion. You talk about all that on the first date.
They tell you not to, apparently. You're not supposed to talk about it.
That's whack. That's whack. I'm talking about, what you see is what you get. You know what that means? Hey, what you think about Trump? Before we even order that entree, what you think about Trump?
Before you even get down to the water. Can I get a glass of water?
Before we even get to water, can I get a glass of water first? I don't want no drinks. Let me get a glass of water first. What you think about Trump?
You're an idiot.
Okay, what you think about Iran? Yeah. Not Iran to the store. No, Iran, the country. What you think about that? Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying to you. Like, I personally believe that religion is even before marriage, because when you get to the point of marriage and you haven't talked about religion, it becomes an issue. Because I know that one time I had a friend that was, he's Jewish and his girlfriend at the time was Catholic, and their biggest issue was raising kids. And they were dating. And let me tell you, they were in love. They were just like, we may have to break up for this, because they couldn't compromise on it. And I had to sit down and tell them, I was like, if you're not willing to like do half her holidays and she does half your holidays, or whatever you guys come to agreement to, then you're going to have to let her go. Eventually they talked through it, and I guess she was willing to give up some things and he was willing to give up some things, because now they're married and they're happy, apparently. I don't know, don't really speak to him that much. But I find that if you wait until the day you're married, like, I don't watch these love and hip hop shows, but my sister was telling me that one of these girls on there was talking about how she didn't know that her husband didn't believe in God. And it's like, how did you not know this? And you dated him for like 15 years.
Well, I mean, you see, this is my point, right? This is my point. You said something that every couple goes through, no matter what, no matter the background, no matter what. It's called, and you kind of contradicted it, because you also said, we like this person and such, and we kicking it, you Muslim, I can't date you, right? However, you got a Jewish and you got a Jewish guy and you got a black girl, you said, right? And they were
she's Catholic.
Okay, so Jewish and Catholic, and you're raising kids, right? There's the only, you see, with Jews, I don't think that's a problem, right? And hear me out. The reason why, because once you start learning the history of the Bible, you have the Old Testament and New Testament. Jews do not believe in the New Testament. Catholics believe in the New Testament and the Old Testament. There's room to coexist.
The only reason why there's room for that is if both parties are willing to compromise.
But that's with every relationship. That's with every relationship. That's with every relationship.
That may be, and I'm in none of those relationships. Because I know for me, personally, if you're not a Christian, I can't date you. Point blank, period. There's no conversations. There's no qualms. After this, I'm not upset. Don't get me wrong. We just can't have any dealings, because I need you to believe in the same God that I believe in. Not the one that's in the New Testament or the one that's only in the Old Testament. We need to believe in the same God. So when I come to you as my boyfriend, husband, or whatever and say, babe, I'm having a bad day, I need you to pray for me. It's not like, oh, well, I'm going to go pray to Allah, or I'm going to go pray to this Hindu God over here. No, I need you to pray to Jesus, because that's the God I need you to pray to.
Now, let me ask you a question, right? I'm going to ask you a serious question. If that man is praying to Allah for you, right, what difference does it make in terms of what God he's praying to? Because he's still praying for you.
Because you're not praying to my God. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's hey, Monica, you sound like a white person. You sound like a redneck. You sound like a racist white person.
No, I sound, you know what I sound like? You know what I actually sound like? I sound like what Christians should sound like. Because if you ask a Muslim the same question, I'm talking about a devout Muslim.
Right.
They're not.
They'll tell you the same thing.
And that's one thing about Christianity. That's one thing about Christianity. When you talk about religions across the board, we're the only religion that gives leeway with things. You can't go to a Muslim and tell them, and a devout Muslim at that, like, oh, I need you to go pray to Jesus. They're going to look at you sideways like, what do you mean? I'm not dating you. We're not having this conversation. I don't believe in any of that stuff. That's why, to me, Christianity, I'm not trying to waver on any of these, because I've had this conversation with many of my friends, and they're just like, well, you're going to be stuck in a hard place when it comes to dating. And I'm just like, well, guess what? I guess I'm going to have to either be single or find me a pastor, because if we can't have the basis foundation, if I can't come to you and say, how were we created? And you can't tell me Jesus and Adam and Eve, why are we even having this conversation? Because we don't believe in the same thing.
If you've read, and this is what I say, right? This is what I say to devout religious people who are devout their religion, who don't see the blinders on all their eyes and they don't see nothing, no other religion but their own. I tell them to go read the Quran, go read the Bible, go read the Hindu book, go read there's another one, the Buddhism book. Go read those religions and you'll find out that at the end of the day, a lot of the religions are really the same. You will see about that. I may be wrong when people be like, yo, the religions are not the same. What are you talking about? Well, I mean, I haven't read them, but I've read certain not scriptures, but certain parts of them, and I'm like, yo, that's similar to this, and that's similar to that. So don't tell me we're making a big fuss out of nothing. And then you know what I mean. It's like, oh, don't tell me that. But I gotta read everything before I even go with that.
So even in that being said, like there's a guy at my church. He's literally read all the different books for each religion and stuff, because his thing is like, you got to make sure that you're informed, that when you're talking to these different sets of people, that you know what you're talking about and you're not just pulling stuff out the sky. So even in the fact that these religions all may have certain nuances that are similar, each religion believes that their religion is it across the board. Right?
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So for me, that's where it is. It's just like foundation, even before marriage. Has to. That conversation of religion has to come up, because if we can't agree on certain foundational basics, I'm sorry.
Peace, deuces. Well, I feel what you're saying, Monica. And, you know, even if we'll agree. I agree with you. I think that conversation is very important. However, if you don't mind, Monica, basically, I got to say something, right? I mean, I just want you to know, this past weekend, I saw a lady and her butt was just as big as yours. And it was crazy. And I was like, oh, there go Monica. My bad. I just had to tell you that. Because
wow,
I wanted to let you know.
So we went from religion and Jesus Christ and the Lord saving us,
well, you know
to
why?
big old booties.
You know why?
All right.
You know
I
why?
just wanted to make sure.
Here's the connection with that, right?
Okay, the connection.
Because the first thing I said was Jesus Christ.
I hate you. I really do. I do. With all my being on the insides, like from the stomach, come all the way up through the throat, out the mouth. That's how much I hate you.
But no, seriously. So I say this because I was having a conversation this past weekend, right, with my lady. And we was talking about like butts, like women butts. And she was like, what is the fascination with women butts? And I was like, are you serious? I'm so happy you brought this to my attention. Like, thank you.
I'm here to educate you. I am ready. Where's the blackboard and the chart?
This is wonderful. Yes. Right? So I was like, simple. The booty, you could tell by just, there's such a scope with booty. It's ridiculous. You got wide but flat. You may got slim but round. Then you got long and wide. Then you got long and just big. But then you got the texture, which is like, some booties are firm, right? And you can tell. But then some booties are nice and soft. But then you got the booties that's flat. And you can tell that they got butt, but they don't work out. So it's like flabby. You know what I'm saying? You be like, no, you got to do some squats, girl. You got to get some squats going on. Throw it back or something. You know what I mean? So it's so, we were talking about every sport with the butt.
Okay. And
it was crazy. And then she was like, so do you like butts with stretch marks? I was like, oh, the tiger stripes? What?
The waves?
So that's them waves, baby. That's some waves, baby. I'm telling you. So she was like, she asked me, she was like, so what's the big obsession? I was like, well, first of all, there's nothing nicer than a soft butt. That's the first thing. Because when people sit on you, I know when I was younger, when a girl sat on me, she was skinny, so her butt bone would be like, oh.
Thigh bone, like,
oh God.
Get up. I remember those. You'd be like, get up.
You got to leave. You got to get up. You got to move. You got to. Why? Why I gotta leave? You broke my leg. I'm not fat. That's the point. Oh gosh. Oh, I felt your bone. Bone on bone and being break. Oh gosh.
That is not fun.
It's not fun. It's not fun at all. But then when you got somebody with soft booty, it's like, they butt just be like soft, just be hanging. It's just be like right there. It's soft. You just be like, oh yeah, this is great. And my personal favorite, and this is just me because I told my wife this, my personal favorite is when women sit down with a big butt Like, you know, when they sit down in the big butt and, like, you look from a top-down point of view, the view. Like, if you look at them from a top-down, like, say she's sitting down. So, basically, the guys, you know, if the top-down view, you got that curve where the thigh meets, which, like, your stomach or your hip or waist, and there's, like, that curve. Like, it's like, oh, it's amazing. It looks great. And it's scientifically proven that when men see, like, voluptuous women, like, this is our mate. This is our mate, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we want to procreate. We want to have kids with you. Like, there's some guys who, like, you've never realized this, Monica? Like, if a guy sees you out the blue, right? Or y'all just start talking and y'all kicking it, he's just like, yo, I can't keep my hands off you. Because it's the pheromones, it's the attraction, as well as it's that connection. It's that human bond. Like, I need to have kids with you. That's why some people, it's like, let me tell you something. Some people will be so great. They'll be so great together. When you see them, they met. People say it's chemistry. No, it's not chemistry. It's not chemistry. And this is why. Sometimes it's chemistry. Other times when you see a big, like a woman that's crazy tall and she's just stacked with a dude this high, and he's like a pinky, he's like that. That's because he pursued her hard body.
Hard body.
He pursued her to a point where he was like, yo, listen, I don't care about anything else. I'm the man for you. Not the one that you want. I'm the one that God sent you for. Me.
Lord.
All of a sudden, you could be like, what? Who think? Yup. And I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be here tonight, tomorrow in the day, tomorrow in the afternoon. I'm going to be checking on you. You might as well understand that we're going to be life partners together. Marriage. You can't think no other way when a guy is this small. He's no muscle, nothing, right? He may have the gift of gab, but that woman is, everybody wants that woman. We're going to use you for example.
Nobody wants me, so we can't use me as example because I'm still single, no ring on the finger. Like,
well, that's your fault. Hold on. Before we move forward, that's your fault. Let's move forward now. So, as the guy, right? He's pursuing this woman. You gotta understand, he may not have everything that society wants. He may not have all the money, but he takes care of her. He may not have all the looks, but he makes her feel like she's the most beautiful woman in the world, the only one for him. He may not have the biggest,
right?
You know,
got it.
But he got good D, putting it down. He making her feel like everything. She's in bliss. She never realized life could be this good because she's had it so bad.
Based on the sex.
No, based on who he everything, right? Who he is. Sex is a bonus. But remember, if he's making you feel he work, he pay your bill, you ain't got to worry about not having money because money's always in your purse. You understand that? You ain't got to never worry about that, right? He smack your booty. He make you feel great. He give you them little love taps. Sometimes he look you dead in your eye and give you a kiss on your forehead. Just tell you, baby, I love you. Have a good night. That's it. Like, what? Well, wait. Why you gotta leave?
He don't exist.
Yes, it does. Relationships like this exist. Relationships exist. See, your ass single. You don't know about this.
I don't. I wish I did.
But that's because Monica, you got to look at two spectrums. You like, no, this is what's gonna happen, and you gonna do this. Is what I'm gonna find. And then on the other spectrum, you're like, man, I'm single. My hand looks kind of empty. It's naked. You can't give and take.
But some things are just non-negotiables.
You got to start giving and taking now to give and take later. Well, you're in Brooklyn. I mean, no, you're in New York. You're not really going to find...
Everybody keeps telling me that.
That much qualified... You're not going to find that much qualified individuals. I mean, I'm qualified, but I'm already taken.
Right.
And
so therefore, you're not qualified.
Qualified, but he's taken. I mean, you got good men. I mean...
Another unqualified person. Like, I don't understand. Like, you keep naming these unqualified people.
But you knew us before we was unqualified. I'm just saying.
And there's a big factor.
True. And you just chose the wrong one.
The wrong one? I hate you. That was the best 2 years of my life. So shut the hell up. We had a good time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm gonna be honest with you? You know what I'm gonna tell you right now? that and him, both of y'all, all that little shit that y'all used to fuss about back then, now that shit wouldn't even matter.
No, it wouldn't. Without a doubt. But we're not the same people that we were back then. So I don't even know.
Even if you're not the same people, you still have, both of y'all still have that warmth towards each other.
Very much so.
So at that point in time, you have kids, now adults.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I don't speak in code. I don't do hints. I'm sorry.
I mean, you got kids turning into adults. Basically, that's kids. That's what y'all did.
Right.
This is what you can do. This is what y'all can do now and moving forward. But there has to be. You can't do the same shit they used to do back then.
I just love it. How people try to give me advice like I'm the one that's holding something from happening. I can't make anything happen. It takes two people, and at this moment in time, both parties are doing them.
Listen, don't give me that bullshit. All right, I'm gonna tell you something right now. All right. There's so much rules and regulations that people follow, which is for what? What rules and regulations do people follow? Let me tell you something right now. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Monica, shh. Let me tell you something right now. If you really wanted to go back with, if you really wanted to, you'd make it happen. And that's what the bottom line is. It is what it is.
Lies.
It is no lies. There's no lies.
Yes, it is.
Lies.
It's lies.
There's no lies. If you want this man, you go get this man. It's that simple. Like
it is not that simple. Son, I wish you guys.
Let me tell you something right now. I'm gonna tell you something right now. If Cindy was like, yo, and me and her was moved on and I saw her picture of her and I'd be like, yo, Cindy, hey, hi, click. Damn, she's still mad from years ago. Hey, sorry. Hey, I'm gonna leave you a voicemail, okay? Because I'm really trying to make it better. I do apologize for the way I acted years ago. But I believe that we were kids and maybe we can have some coffee, if you don't mind, or some tea, and let's just catch up. What do you think? Hello? Yeah, I called you last week, and I didn't get a call back, so I just wondered if I could call you.
Let me know when you're done.
I mean, I'm just saying. And then, hello? You call, phone change, number change. Damn. Hey, yeah, you're her best friend. Are you still her friend? Yeah, so you probably already know that I've been trying to get back with her because you probably told her. Do you mind giving me her number so I can contact her?
So I want you to understand.
You're stalking her.
I'm
not
just trying to get back with the love of my life. I got you. I hear you.
That's basically what it is.
Hear you.
Okay.
Here is the problem in your scenario, right? We have had this conversation with groups of people, him and I. He literally set out his mouth in front of these people. Because everyone was like, why don't y'all just get back together? It's like the perfect thing. You guys look like you deserve to be together. And I said, it's not on me because I'm only one person. Ask him. He says, no, I don't ever see us getting back together. Okay, cool. That's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear. Then, and you know what's funny? People still forget. Doesn't he have a girlfriend?
No.
Since when? Since he moved?
Right before you.
Exactly. So who am I dealing with?
You know him, right? Right?
I do. That's my boo thing. We had a conversation when he came to my house, and I said to him, just wondering, because everybody keeps asking, do you think there would ever be a chance for me and you to get back together? And he says to me, well, you never know. And so the last time he was at my house, this guy from my job, a couple weeks later, he was just like, who was that guy that was in your kitchen? And I told him the name. And he was like, what's up with y'all two? And I was like, that's my ex. And he's just like, oh. And I was like, what does that all mean? I can tell he still wants you. And I'm like, I don't see it. I'm sorry.
But yeah. Listen, Monica, I'll tell you something right now. I don't care what you don't see. All right? I don't care what he don't see. All I'm just telling you is that, hey, you just never know.
You're absolutely right. I'm not knocking it, but he's too far right now, so it is what it is.
Give me that bullshit. I don't date somebody in California. Do you understand that?
That is you.
Where there's a will, there's a way. All right? I don't hear that bull.
I don't do long distance.
There's a will. It doesn't have to be long distance. Where there's a will, there's a way. Oh my God! Did you just do that? Did you just say I don't do this and I don't do that?
I did.
Monica, that's why your finger cold right now. It's freezing. It need a coat. Your finger need a coat.
It sure enough does. It sure enough does. Let me tell you, but one thing is that I know that I need somebody that's local because I'm a very emotional person. If I have a rough day at work, I need to be able to say, babe, I need to see you right now. And he can either come to my house or meet me in the city or something. And I don't have to wait until the weekend to fly out to go see him or him to fly out to come see me.
Well, shit, man, you had 10 years for that. You had nothing but opportunity.
How did I have opportunity when he had a girlfriend?
Wait. So, wait. You know what the funny thing is?
I don't want to hear it.
Do you really want to say that right now? Do you really want to say that right now?
I really don't want to hear it.
Do you really want to say that? Oh, okay.
I really don't want to hear it.
No problem. Not gonna say it.
I'm glad you're not going to say it. I'm glad we're on the same page. I so hate you.
Listen, my point is this, right? Everybody lives by these rules that they always figure, and they don't understand that if it's just you and one person, that's all that matter. That's it. No matter how y'all got together, no matter how it came about, no matter what's going on in the relationship, it's just you and that one person, all right? Let me tell you something.
So I'm confused now because in one breath, you said that I put too much of myself into one person. And now you're saying it's just you and that one person.
No. When I say, no. We were talking about, I said that you're selfish. You're just a selfish person in all at together. Okay? Right. That's what I said. But like I said, we moved on from that. The only thing that I'm mentioning to you now is that when you have, it's just the relationship. So when you have,
pause, stick a pin. I have to go to the bathroom.
Doing a dance though. That's pretty funny. Anyway, so since we're not gonna have dead air on this, so I basically tell you, let's get back to the booty. Right? Yeah, Monica has a big butt, but it's not unproportionately bad, right? It's it fits her figure, There's some women out there who may have a big, huge butt. Oh, she's back. Hey, hi, Monica. Hey, listen. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I had to go really bad. That was only a minute, though.
Did you wash your hands?
It's not that bad.
Please tell me you wash your hands. Okay.
I did.
I was making sure.
Of course.
Listen, you was doing the dance. That was pretty funny. You started dancing. You was like, I gotta go use the bathroom right back. Yeah. So, anyway.
I'm so glad that I can impress you.
I can even go into that way. Y'all ladies go use the bathroom. Y'all don't pee like men. Like men, we got to stream. We got to stay there for a long time. Y'all ladies be like, whoo, psh, done. I'd be like, whoa, okay. Okay.
Not unless you have anxiety or there's if there's other people in the bathroom, then you just have to hold it for a second and then you
Wow. That's pretty crazy. Listen, I learned a lot about y'all ladies watching BuzzFeed, the video BuzzFeed on YouTube. Whoa. I had no idea. Right. But anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute or maybe next week. But like I said, for today, in today's society with you guys, okay, Monica, you two are stupid. I mean, pretty much. Yeah, dumb.
So is today's show about us together? Is that what today's show is going to be about? I didn't realize this was going to be a counseling session because at the end of the day,
it wasn't a counseling session. I say y'all two are stupid. There's a big difference. A counselor's not going to tell you you're stupid. Counselor, hey, maybe you two should work on it just a bit. Have a little bit more communication. No, y'all two MFs are dumb. All right? And that's basically what it is.
There's nothing I can do if the other party doesn't want to be involved. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can say. There's no dance I can do. There is nothing I can possibly do if the other party doesn't want to be involved.
It goes back to those rules thing that I was saying. Everybody got rules. It goes back to the other party if the other party want to be involved. Let me tell you something right now. All right? If you don't want to see me, you won't have to tell me that shit to my face. And then I may be like, do you mean that for right now? Can I come back tomorrow? I mean, because you got to understand, some people got to understand, they got to put themselves out there on Front Street, baby. That's what it is. There's no rules to this. You got to realize there's no rules to this game. There's no levels. There's nothing. It's a blank sheet of paper. And you write your story. And that's what it is. Jay-Z and Beyonce. Nobody knows about Jay-Z and Beyonce, okay? All they know about is what they decided to put out. Nobody knows that he really cheated. Nobody knows that she really got hurt. Nobody knows nothing. They just could have been like, well, we need to make some money.
You are 100% correct, but you keep missing the one major point, and it's not a rule. I think I've literally heard the same thing from every one of our friends that are equal. All our friends are we have the same amount of friends. All our friends are the same, which is weird, even up to this day.
Up to this day, word.
Yo, up to this day, it's not like any of our friends have just slipped off and we can't talk to that. That one is Monica's friend. This one is his friends. No, we legitimately have the same friends. I can call up anybody and be like, yo, I need your help. And they'll be at my beck and call it because it's not a Monica and him thing. It's these two people were my friends when they dated. Now that they're separated, they're still my friends, just different ways. And it's every single one of y'all, I love y'all to death, has told me and had this conversation with me. One of my friends even said that he was going to fast and pray for us to get back together. And I'm just like...
He's dead by now.
I'm like, let it go. Just let it go. Because I'm actually comfortable and happy that we are in the space where we can have a conversation and it's just us being candid with each other. Like, he can be himself, I can be myself, and we're not playing these games about like, you know, oh, I really can't talk to her because I'm still upset about her for X, or I'm still upset at him for Y. But at the end of the day, I don't think it has anything to do with rules. He doesn't want to date me. That's point blank period. That's the easiest way I can tell you. And I pray and I hope all my friends can finally get this. Because I've told you, we had 2 different conversations, 2 different sets of the years. And I said to him, do you ever think we're going to get back together? Do you want to get back together? And it's either, no, I don't want to get back with you, or maybe it's possible in the future. That's not let's try to make this work. I can't make it work by myself.
Your ass did something wrong.
I'm not denying that, though.
You heard that man's heart some way.
I did. I'm not denying that. I've never denied that.
Then, you know, you got to live with your sins of your past life.
I am living with it. No, my other friends are not, though. Like, I'm living with the fact that me and him are just going to be friends forever, and that's all it's going to be. And then my friends
like, nah.
are just like, no, we hope, we pray, we have dreams that you guys are going to get to marry. Like, I've had people say, like, I'm going to stand up. If you guys don't get married to each other, I'm standing up during your wedding and saying I have several reasons why they shouldn't be married.
Hold on. So let me ask you a quick question before we wrap up. Would you go down to Florida, pop up on them?
I was actually thinking about it. What? You said what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
On them, like, just pop up on them.
The pop-up. But pop-up for what, though?
That, to me, is actually showing. Because that's action. That's not verbal. That's action. Like, yeah, he didn't tell you to do nothing, but you did it because for you.
I don't even know what you mean, because I already got an invitation to come down to Florida.
Let me just go. I'm going, nigga. I'm going to just go on. I'm just going.
I don't even know what you mean, because like soon as
on that note, guys,
what?
This has been Balance and Sanity. It's been a crazy good conversation.
I hate you.
Monica's a little bit out of commission right now. But hey, listen, I guess next week will be me, right?
I guess so. Gotta find some fire for you, because this is not fair. Thanks for listening. This is Balance and Sanity, guys. Talk to you next week.
Won't you rub your fingers down the spine? You look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down